My area of expertise and my research here and teaching here is at the intersection of performance and data analytics.
He wanted to see what's it going to mean if we really think about new ways of performing information that isn't just the same old PowerPoint presentation.
The intersection of data and technology and performance and all these things is really kind of fitting into a spot where a lot of my interests lie.
I'm used to study performances, but not to do a performance like from scratch.
This class definitely attracted an interesting mix of students, totally different points of view.
Literature PhDs, policy type backgrounds, 2 MBA students who have an interest in the arts but are not themselves performers. It's a real nice mixture.
There's more that this campus has to offer than merely business education, which is obviously really great, but in the future I'll be working with a variety of people.
Not only were they able to sort of talk across disciplines, but also just getting to hang out and make friends with people maybe who have a different worldview or certainly who are focused on very different things in their scholarly life.
This is the fun moment of the week in the sense of you are doing something out of the box that gives you different ideas, not only academia, it's not only books, and you and yourself here, you have a community.
We did lots of circus skills workshops
In which the students and myself are tasked at making data and information into physical performance.
How can we take something like a single Lego and really give it meaning? Once this Lego represents something, how can we interact with it?
We had Adrian Danzig and Jacob Mills come in and at various points through the semester and work on those skills with us.
The clowning tradition literally says yes to everything. Those performances are predicated on a kind of fearlessness, so that's necessary for doing this kind of work.
To have their expertise and their playfulness that they brought to the class had all of the students get into the right mindset of that this is a fun topic that we're trying to play with, even if we're talking about things that are deadly serious.
This opens the door for all sorts of disappointment and triumph.
It's difficult to explain to your friends, I'm going to a class in the university, well, I'm going to be doing jiggling or dancing or wherever, but it makes sense at the end.
The class culminates in the making of the actual 5-minute performances by each student on a data set.
Each of the students found such different and interesting ways to express and explain the data that they had chosen.
The data set I performed was a data set of Fortune 500 CEOs. The statistics that exist surrounding leadership in Fortune 500 companies is so abysmal.
It's another straight white man, isn't it? Oh my God! Everyone, how do I do it?
There's the stereotype of networking and happy hours and things like that and meeting people and passing business cards. And so I was interested in trying to use a deck of business cards to demonstrate ratios and percentages.
There are currently only 3 black people in charge of Fortune 500 companies.
What I presented, it was based on the border between Mexico and the US, and it was the separation of families that happened. I used Legos. I thought that they have this playful idea that we associate with children.
We have a piece on nitrate pollution from manure in Wisconsin based on the data that one of the students has collected at his own home.
I mean, one of the pieces even involved having the audience bring out their phones and play sounds. So we had sort of a surround sound representation of quantities.
Our MBA students is from China, and so we have a piece on global garbage flows. It's a whole wide variety of stuff.
We had a very generous and interested audience, and I think the excitement of performing really brought out the best in all of the students. Stuart was great about meeting each student where they were at.
Stu's background is both someone who's worked in the business world and also as a playwright. It's a really important middle point, being both creative and artistic, while also being based in numbers and figures.
I figured out the technique.
He had this attitude of guiding people towards the process. That is amazing. I had too many ideas, and he was able to channel all of them in a more communicative way in the sense of numbers, but also in the sense of something entertaining.
Stuart was great about encouraging people to take those kinds of risks in a safe, intimate space in which they were going to receive some honest feedback.
Hopefully they'll have much more creativity and confidence and courage to say, I'm not just going to put up a bunch of slides because that's what my discipline tells me I need to do.
It helped me thinking that maybe I want to do something more creative with my dissertation, for instance.
There's an opportunity to consider whatever it is you're studying in a more artful way.